And so I paused with him and we just talked it out. And I was like, God, I don't know how to answer this. Like, I know how I want to answer it, but how do you want me to answer it? Because I don't want to put people constantly in that uncomfortable position. And no, I'm not like in charge of other people's feelings, and I don't have to accommodate, their feelings, but I do want to take them into consideration. I don't want to be a people pleaser is like what I'm trying to say. But I do want to tell the truth, not my truth, but the truth from how you see it, Lord. So help me. And he was like, well, and this is something we've talked about before, and I was battling with it then too. And he was like, well, when somebody's mom passes and comes to me, like goes to heaven, would you say that you don't have a mom? I'd be like, no, I'll just say like my mom passed or whatever. And even if a mother isn't active in somebody's life, would you say like, oh, I don't have a mom? No, I just don't have a present mother, just because your child, like, so what God downloaded to me is just because your child isn't physically in the earth with you doesn't mean that she's not your child. So when people ask, tell them the truth. Don't not tell them the truth. And then I was like, but God, it made me make them feel uncomfortable. Like, what do I do? What do I say? And he was like, don't think about that. And he told me, and he went to a scripture, of course. And, the new season of Chosen is on. So I was like, okay, so we kind of went there with it. And he just reminded me of what's in scripture and what's so well depicted in Chosen, to where like God told the uncomfortable truth. He wasn't sitting there trying to appease men. He was telling the truth. So I was like, oh, okay, like, sorry, I'm trying to read this. So I was like, okay, yeah, you told the truth, even though it was uncomfortable. And I was like, well, it's hard to tell the truth because you want to base it on like other people being comfortable. Like, and I was thinking like, well, how do other people answer the question? And I noticed that a lot of other women that I've spoken to or that I've heard, they don't mention, they'd be like, oh, I have one kid, like, which would be their child physically with them, but they don't acknowledge their baby who was in heaven from their pregnancy loss or their miscarriage. And I was like, but Lord, is that your truth? Is that the truth that you want to tell me? Because I know the truth is that I do have two kids. I have one physically here in the earth and I have one in heaven. And I do want to beautifully talk about my child. And I don't want to come from a position to where it's like, oh, pity me, feel bad for me. And I don't even want to have a conversation about it. But I do want to be able to, like all the time, if like you inquire, whatever, cool. But I don't want to make that a point of emphasis. I just want to tell the truth. And God was like, then tell the truth. Disregard if it makes them uncomfortable. That's the truth. No matter if it's comfortable or uncomfortable, it's the truth. So I was like, okay, I'll tell the truth.